All right, thank you for praise on go to Bashim Shah. Ephesians 6:11. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you be able to stand against the walls of the devil. All right, so put on the whole armor of the Most High. It means to come into the truth. Follow law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. Have that faith. That knowledge of what you're supposed to be doing. Make this truth your lifestyle. So that you can stand against the wiles of the devil. The wiles is Methodiah in the Greek and the Koine. So in what it means, Methodiah, like a method, when you go into it, means a cunning arts and trickery. All right, so put on the whole armor of the Messiah, that you may be able to stand against the cunning arts and trickery of the devil. Okay, and that's multiple folded, right? Because Revelation, the 20th chapter, likens the devil and Satan unto a group of people, to serpent-like people, which today is a nation of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, also the grain of evil seed in the world. This is according to 2nd Esdras, the 4th chapter. Okay, and we put on the whole armor of the Most High, so that we'll be able to stand against their cunning arts and trickery of them. Their propaganda, that shit they always put in their movies and films. The white supremacy that's coded in everything. The idolatry that's in all the logos and all this stuff, in the movies and so on and so forth. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, alright? So we're not wrestling against carnal things, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Actually, I forgot to mention this in the 11th verse. When it says devil, it also applies to literal demons as well, because demons also use cunning arts and trickery to try to get you to go off. They could come get you through a family member, or try to get you through a woman, or this or that. In the 12th verse, we're not just fighting against people, not going against people, we're going against the demons within these people. We're going against the elite, them and their witchcraft, and we're also going against literal demons that are trying to root us out of this truth. But if we're chosen by Yahweh Shemel Shai, we're going to succeed, right? You see here, verse 13, number 4, take unto you the whole armor of the Most, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Okay, so if you do that and you're chosen, you're going to be able to stand and withstand the evil day and do all to stand, And as I talked about before, you can't make yourself the elect. The elect are not made, that they're born. All right, you have to be chosen. And if I say, if you're the elect, you're just going to do what you need to do to become the elect. Like someone who's destined to become a famous bodybuilder, you don't have to tell them that you need to eat clean, sleep 8 to 10 hours a day, and train hard. It's just what's going to happen. It's just what they're going to do. Like someone that has faith, he's going to keep the law to the best of your ability. Having faith and then eating pork and all this stuff all day, to someone who's like that, that'd be vexing. You just be feeling like you're shortchanging the Most High and shortchanging yourself. Okay, so that's what we're going up against. The witchcraft. Here you go. And that's it. This is encyclopedia.com, Mystery Schools. It's a very interesting article. It's very long, however, so I'm not going to go into the whole thing. I may go into it again at camp, because I talked about this a few months ago, and it's a very, very riveting article. Many of these individuals who sought to approach death on their own terms. Let's see, do I want to start here? I'll start here. Through all of humankind's recorded history, there have been those who sought to guarantee a signified way of death, and to ensure a styleless and safe passage into the afterlife, right? Going into their demon worship. Many of these individuals who sought to approach death on their own terms formed secret societies and cults, which are generally known by the general name of mysteries, which comes from the Greek mine, to close, referring to the need of the mystis, the initiate, to close the eyes and lips to keep the secret rites of a cult. Okay, so this is where you get the idea of mystery schools, and that's what we're fighting up against. This whole Illuminati, this is secret societies and all these things. Freemasons. These are the guys that we're going up against. These are the guys that run these companies. And these guys are set up in a mystery school fashion. They're set up in the way of the original Kemetic Babylonian mystery school system, and they follow the same stuff. All of the early mysteries and mystical traditions appear to center around a kind of mystery play or ritual reenactment of the life of such gods, which are demons. As Osiris, Dionysus, and Demeter, divinities most often associated with the underworld, the power of the dead, the powers of darkness, and the process of rebirth. So that's what the elites represent, okay? These gods that they worship, these are gods of death and destruction and mayhem, all right? These are the type of things that they worship, and when you go and click up with them, you worship death as well, all right? So, all the stuff that they worship, it goes back to false stories, stuff that they made up, and all this stuff that they do, and their arbitrary ways of worshiping their false gods. It just all goes back to death and destruction and mayhem, like with Osiris and with Moloch and Ishtar. Just pure madness, man. All the sex worship, the orgies, and they got you people so dumbfounded, man, and you do the same shit. You don't know where it comes from, and it's just a fucking shame, man. Like, even when you go out and you try to like find people in the world, and try to date someone, chances are they're probably gonna mention some shit like that to you, like, hey, you want to do 4 people, and be like, the fuck no. So this world is wicked. This world is under heavy darkness. We're in the shadow, the valley of death. Very dark, demented place. Lacking the light of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Which it's only within the elect in this place, the 1/3 remnant here in America, that carry that light. Everyone else is just fucking gone. That's why it says in the 2nd Esdras, in the 9th chapter, that they that will be destroyed are much more than they that will be saved. And I mentioned that, I think, last lesson too, but mention it again. Shalom.